Hello. So, I've not done one of these for a little while. I had the best intentions when I started out, but I stopped doing them. I'm not really sure why, so sorry if any of you are avidly watching and waiting for new videos, but here I am, I'm back. There's been a topic that's on my mind a lot lately, so I thought I'd just come in here and talk about it. What's real and what's not. As the title of the vlog gives away, that's the content I'm going with. Don't expect any answers. Don't expect me to sit here and explain to you what's real and what's not in the world of mental health, because I have no freaking idea. And that's what I'm kind of here to talk about. So this isn't going to be answers. I'm not actually sure if this will be helpful or particularly insightful. It's going to be me with a lot of questions that are on my mind. I'm rambling them at you, and maybe this time, maybe you can help me. Maybe you've got some advice. Maybe you can explain your thoughts, your views, your opinions on this, because it's something I'm just trying to get my head around at the minute. It's something I'm struggling with, actually. So what's real and what's not with mental health? Particularly, I guess the angle that I'm coming at this from is when I feel certain things, when my mental health perhaps causes me to feel certain things, how do I know if what I'm feeling is real or triggered by my illness? So to explain more, in my very first cognitive behavioural therapy session last year, I was told that my mind lies to me. In fact, it's advice I've been given from a number of people in my life when I've opened up about suffering with anxiety like I do. If I'm saying that, oh, I'm feeling worthless and I'm feeling shit and I'm feeling not good enough, or I feel like I can't achieve this or I can't do this, people say your mind is lying to you, brain is lying to you, your anxiety is lying to you. You know, some of the things I struggle with around relationships and trust. If I think, oh my God, Chris is cheating on me, your mind is lying to you. Oh, I think he's fallen out in love with me and doesn't want to be with me anymore. Your mind is lying to you. It's something I hear repeatedly. It's something I tell myself repeatedly. It's intended to be a comfort or a way of making me feel better. But it does help. It helps in the moment. But what it's actually done is made me feel very confused, because how do I know when my mind isn't lying to me then? Because in that moment when I'm struggling, when I'm feeling shit or worthless or self-deprecating, it feels fucking real to me. And people tell me my mind's lying to me. I try to believe my mind's lying to me. Fine, but it feels real. So how do I know when my mind isn't lying to me about something that I feel, and when my mind is lying to me? How do I know if what I'm thinking is truly my opinion and truly my way of seeing things or thinking about things? And how do I know if it is my mind lying to me? I hope that makes sense. So I guess when I'm upset about something, if I feel upset about something that's happened, is that me or is that my anxiety? And does it actually matter if it feels real to me in that moment, and if that whatever has happened has made me upset? Is that real enough? What if I've had big, huge arguments with somebody in my life that I didn't need to have, because what I was actually feeling I didn't actually believe? What about if something really upset me and I had a massive argument with a friend, and then the next day I didn't actually feel that way anymore because it was just my mental health making me feel that way? What if I've lost people in my life over things that I never actually felt? Does that make sense? Like, I'm questioning a lot based on this. My mental health makes me quite paranoid, very untrusting and quite skeptical of people. My mental health often tells me that, oh, they're talking about you behind your back, or they don't like you anymore, or I think they're cheating on you, or I think they've been lying to you, I think they've been being horrible behind your back. I don't know. It makes me quite paranoid if someone doesn't text me back. I think it's because they hate me. But sometimes people are just shit. Sometimes people will hate me. Sometimes people won't like me. I have been cheated on. People have been nasty behind my back. How do I know when it's my mental health making me paranoid about these things unnecessarily? Or how do I know when I'm just being quite perceptive and picking up on signs that people can be shit, and there's telltale signs and I'm picking up on them? Because I think I'm a really, really, I can't think of the word. I think I'm really, really good at picking up on signs. I think I'm very intuitive, is that the word? I think I can read people really well. But how do I know it's not just my mental health saying to me all of that? Because at the time, I can't tell. Afterwards, I know. So if I've been really anxious about something, or, for instance, my mind tells me sometimes that Chris hates me and doesn't love me anymore. After I've come out of my anxious episode, if you like, I know that's not true. I know that's utter bullshit. Sometimes I can even grasp that in the moment and know that my mind is lying to me, but sometimes I can't. So sometimes, yeah, like a day after a huge argument, I'll know that there was no point in it. It's bloody exhausting. It's really exhausting. Second guessing, questioning every thought you have is tiring, really tiring, and I don't have the answer. And I think maybe it's just my flavour of the month. If you like, it's a thing I'm thinking about at the minute, it's a thing I'm questioning at the minute. And it'll be something else next month and I won't be thinking about this. But at the minute, because I'm trying to understand how to understand if your feelings are real or not, I'm thinking about it non-stop. I get a little bit obsessive maybe. So when I'm happy about something, I'm even questioning if my happy thoughts are real. Does that actually make me happy? Or is that because I'm on a bit of a high? Because my mental health puts me on lows, but it also puts me on highs. So is that not real? And it's the thing I'm thinking about and focusing on at the minute. So yeah, it's making me question everything. Every time I'm upset, I'm like, am I really upset? Every time I'm pissed off, am I actually pissed off? And second guessing every emotion you have in a day. Yeah, it's hard work. And I guess if it feels real to me at the time, is that enough? And it's taken me a while at the minute to make big decisions, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But as for instance, I moved back to Peterborough from London, as a lot of you will know, last year. And that was a big decision in my life. And at that time I was hating At that time I was hating London. I was really hating London. I was being proper negative on it. And I was missing Peterborough, missing the people in Peterborough. But I had to really think that decision through and check that I wasn't just hating London as a result of my anxiety or as a result of my mental health. And I really had to take that time to make sure that was the right decision. And yeah, it was. I'm bloody happy here. So thank fuck for that. So yeah, that was it really. I've just kind of used this as a space to rant and as a space to share what's on my mind at the minute. And it's not knowing whether to trust my feelings or not. And it's taking that extra time to try and react before I react to things, especially if I'm going to react to them in a negative way. And that's actually not a bad thing. It's given me some space to think things through properly. I'm starting to have some negative, cloudy thoughts on Saturday late afternoon. So I went for a walk. I went for a long walk by myself, just got some fresh air, gathered my thoughts and thought before I reacted, and took the time to process the thoughts. And actually wasn't a bad thing to do. It actually really helped. So maybe the second guessing is exhausting but beneficial. I'd be interested to hear from anyone. Does anyone else second guess themselves? Does anyone else with mental health not know whether to trust their feelings, good or bad? Does anyone else find it as exhausting as I do? Have you got any advice? Have you got any advice on how I can learn to trust my feelings and how I can learn to differentiate between what's real and what's not, even though my mental health is very real to me? I think you know what I mean by that. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'm going to try hard to pick a weekly topic and share my thoughts, views, advice, rants, questions on it, and keep on top of this because I really enjoy it and it really helps. So yeah, let me know any thoughts, advice, feedback, opinions. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this again, so thanks for taking 10 minutes out of your day to watch. Bye.